Welcome back into another week of Coach's Corner. A busy week of state volleyball wraps up, and the celebrations are on for Western Christian Volleyball, bringing home their 19th state title in program history, taking the win in Class 3A. Back-to-back state championships for them. We're joined today by the one and only head coach, Tammi Veerbeek. And Coach, congratulations, your 14th state title at Western Christian. If there was one word to describe this year for the Wolfpack, what would that be?
I would have to say the word perseverance. This team, persevered through some highs in the season and some lows. We took some tough losses this season. We also persevered through some injuries. So the word I would really use to describe this team is perseverance.
And going right along with that, the challenge you had this year, moving up a class from 2A to 3A, new teams, on top of all that, being one of the smallest schools. Describe how much of a challenge that really is.
Yeah, when we found out we were 3A, we had never been 3A before, but the girls, accepted the challenge. And, we got to play some different teams that we've never had to play. And at the end of the day, we told them it's still volleyball. If we're blessed enough to make the state tournament, every team there is going to be good. 2A, 3A, they're both phenomenal volleyball classes. So let's just go make the most of the opportunity.
Well, and that's exactly what they did. You had told me at the beginning of the season, something you love is just getting to put together the puzzle each year. What did it take to put together the puzzle for this season?
Yeah, we graduated 7 seniors from the starting lineup last year. So there were a lot of new faces and some young kids. We played quite a few sophomores. So it was just the intermixing of the different grades. And the special thing at Western Christian is there's always a girl waiting for her chance, waiting for her opportunity to step up and be a leader for a team and have their opportunity to step on the court. So even though we always graduate people, a saying we really treasure at Western Christian is tradition never graduates.
Well, I love that you say that, because this tradition, as you just mentioned, it starts with these girls when they're younger in the stands. A lot of girls this season that watched their sisters. So how special was it just to watch them own the moment out there?
Yeah, it really was special. And you said it. I think I had 6 girls on this team that have had older siblings play through the Western Christian program. So many of them have grown up watching sisters or watching cousins and, just waiting for their chance to run out there. And I think, that's really what makes Western Christian volleyball special is we're not just content to make it. They always want more. And it seems like when the challenge rises, the better they rise to that challenge.
Well, it is truly special, the program you all have created at Western Christian. A lot of people think about all the state titles when they think about Western Christian volleyball, but how would you best describe Western Christian volleyball and what it stands for?
I would definitely say it's a culture of family. Our families are very vested. And, we have a great support system. And like we talked about, the generations of players that have come through our program. And it's just a very tight-knit culture. The parents are willing to sacrifice a lot since they're little girls in our AAU program, driving all over in the wintertime to get them to gyms. And, they know what it takes to reach this level. And it's just a huge commitment of sacrifice for families who are supporting their daughters to reach this dream of theirs, to play in a state championship. And, this year we, had the opportunity to see these girls reach their ultimate goal and to become a state champion.
What is it like for you just to watch that dream come true from their perspective?
Very rewarding. It just never gets old because what people have to understand is it's always a new group of girls. And each year I'm developing relationships with these new girls and keeping relationships with the old girls. The day of a state championship, I'll get several text messages from former players, saying, go get it, coach, and just that tradition and that love for Wolfpack volleyball just flows through the generations. And so every year it's a new group of girls, and you're just as happy for that group as you were the year before, and you want it just as much for them. So it's just a strong tradition that keeps moving forward.
Very special for sure. And I've also loved that a big focus here is just on the joy of the game. To watch these girls have fun out there in that final set in the state championship game, the smiles, the cheers, how much joy does that bring you?
Oh, great joy. We talk about a saying we use is, find joy in the journey. And, we want to find joy in the whole season, not just the state championship game, from locker room talks to, devotions together, team suppers to hard practices. We want to find joy in the whole journey. And we kept telling the girls down at state, like, enjoy this moment. This is your last time. You'll never play with this exact team again in the rest of your life. Like, relish these moments and smile. And we always say when we're relaxed and having fun is when we're going to play our best volleyball. And without a doubt, this team decided to play the best volleyball they had down at the state tournament.
Well, you mentioned it there too. Each year is something special, a new group of girls. Last year, the thriller against Dyke New Hartford. This year, a special run as well. What are you going to remember about this year's run?
Yeah, I'll remember that, it was a whole new team. And, at the end, we ended up playing 5 sophomores because we had an injury. And, just like I said, that they persevered. We took 13 losses this year. And there were people out there saying, yeah, Western Christian, they're not as good as they were as last year. And I think that kind of, put a little bit of fire in the girls' bellies, like, hey, we are a good team. We play a tough schedule, and we were growing throughout the season and growing through some of those losses. And we kept reminding them those losses don't matter now. Like, they have, use it that we got better from those losses, and we learned from those losses. And they just kind of took that to heart and said, hey, you know what? We got one shot at this. And they just literally put together the 3 best games of the whole year and really rose to the occasion and made the most of the moment. They attacked the opportunity that was in front of them.
Well, growing in the best way possible. They are back-to-back state champions, 2A last season, 3A state champions this year. Coach Veerbeek, congratulations, and thank you so much for joining us on Coach's Corner.
You bet. We love it, and thanks for all the great coverage.